Hey Stampers, it's Stamping Fun with Gail time. I hope everyone is doing well. I do want you to know I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and this is my video channel. This is the card that we're going to make. We're actually going to make 3, and on the, oops, I didn't put the inside in it. On the inside, it's going to say, to the man who can do anything. It's a great Father's Day. It's a great cheer up for a guy, whatever, but this is the card we're making. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, you're going to want to use the timber embossing folder, and then the Home and Garden frameless, and all of this is retiring. So this is kind of our last chance to use it. So I'm saying let's get it going on it and get it done. I will have all the measurements down below, but the first thing you're going to need is a piece of crumb cake, which is measuring 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I took a piece, and I already did the inside just to show you, but well, I'll tell you that in a minute. Then I took a piece of black, and this is 5 1/4 by 4, and that's going to be our first layer. I also took a piece, and this is what I embossed. This is 3 3/4 by 5, and after I embossed it, I sponged it. I've tried inking it the other way on the folder, but I personally prefer this a little bit more. So this is what we're going to be doing. So before we even go to the inside, let's go ahead and get these things adhered. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time if my head gets in the view, because sometimes that just happens. Okay, whoop. Grab my glasses real quick. Okay. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like, and I'm showing you this for 2 reasons. I put it up here, this little bar from the die, and I thought, oh, this is going to work out just great, but it really did not work out so great. I put it too high. The rake is going over the top. So this is my don't do this example. Okay, so the next thing I did, and I was going to show you how I did this, running it through, but I grabbed the wrong piece. Well, anyway, I just used, I'll do it on the back side and see if I can do it, but I just used Sahara Sand, and after I ran it through, I just sponged it a little bit, and that's how I got it. I just sponged it around, and that was the color for that. The other side was soft suede, and I decided that was too dark for what I wanted. My husband's garage is a chipboard walls. I don't know what special name for it, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, and so I was wanting to do something in wood. I have seen it done one other time, and I can't remember. I'm thinking it was brick, but I'm not sure, but I thought that looked good. And then this is going to be the inside. And what I did is I bled my red, so I just cut this out, and I liked it, but we're going to recolor it, and I am going to just go ahead and color the gloves and put over it. I kind of like the way they popped out. So this is what we're going to do next then. We're going to go ahead and color this. And I started with the Crumb Cake light, and just went the whole glove. If you don't have the Stampin' blends, if you have a blending pen, you could use that with the ink pad. You could color it with our watercolor pencils and do it that way. There's lots of different ways you can do it. Then I went back and I just kind of enhanced all the lines. And I went ahead and colored in the top of the glove and the ends of the fingertips, because that's how my gloves look when I'm done planting. Then I went back over it with the light. So that's how I did it. And I'm doing it this way today instead of coloring it, but because I just wanted to show you faster. I'm trying to get 3 videos done, so I'm trying to make it as fast as I can. Then I took the dark Poppy Parade and I just went up part of the way. And then I took the light. So it just kind of looks like it's wearing down. And that was the handle of the spade. Then I took the dark Smoky Slate and I did the handle and the connecting piece. I didn't know if I was going to use the white or not, but I decided not to. And again, oops. This time I'm using the dark granite. And I'm kind of go back in with the light. I want a little bit more of a cast of light on that, so I'm just gonna and that's going to be the inside. So now we're going to adhere that. Okay, it's going to go on the inside. Okay, so now we're going to set this aside. We're going to come back to this. So I also cut out this piece, and like I said, I thought, oh, it'll look good up there. It needs to be down to about here, really. But how you do that is you take your longest piece, and I do believe it's the broom. And I guess the broom and the ladder are about the same, but the broom is going to hang about here probably. So you want to make sure, and we'll make sure that the ladder is going to hang about, so maybe up just a tad. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and glue this on. So let's do it about right. Hard to see what I'm doing here. Probably should have done this part just because it's really hard. Okay, along with that came these like little hooks. And so I took some of those and I'm going to put them on my little rack here, like they're for hanging the tools. So let's see what I'm going to do about there. And do it about there. And there. And there. Okay, so now I guess I'll hang the shovel first. And I did the shovel with the same crumb cake and then the Poppy Parade as I did the spade on the inside of the glove. There we go. And so this is where the handle's going to be. So that's where I'm going to put it, and it's sticking to my finger. There we go. Okay, the next is going to be the rake, and I did that in Crumb Cake light and dark. I did dark up here and then just went to light, and I did a little bit of Poppy Parade. And I used our foam strips for a lot of this, and it was absolutely the perfect size, so it was a good choice. Okay, and the rakes are hung like this in our garage. So my husband's a neatnik, so in his garage, so if it's the right way to do it, he's done it. Some of these don't want to come off, and my thumbnails just, they split so bad, they break and get down to nothing, and it gets hard to hold on to things. And then they grow for a while and they do it again. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but my other fingernails do okay, and I like them short, so that's okay, but sometimes it's hard to grab a hold of stuff. Okay, and that's on the hook right there. And then we have our clippers or yard shears or whatever it is you want to call them. And I again did that in Crumb Cake and Poppy Parade. The latter I did in just Crumb Cake. You might not have to do it all over like I've done it, but it was just kind of how I wanted it done. So, okay, then we're going to adhere that to the front, and this card is done. And isn't it so cute? I mean, it could be just thinking of you, or just because I love you, or happy birthday, or happy anniversary, or I could even see it as a Valentine card. You know, add some little hearts on the inside, or even on the out. But that's our card. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. This next one is from the Happy Easter, or the Easter Friends, and it's also unfortunately going to be retiring. The ribbon, however, is not, and that's what we're going to use, but this is the card that we're going to be making. It's just simple and cute, but I just thought those little ducks were so cute. I just had to do that. So this is the card for at this time. Get my things out here. And I used the Daffodil Delight and the Pumpkin Pie in the other set of colors. I took them out and I set them down, and now I don't know where I set them. That happens to me a lot. We'll improvise. Oh, that is pumpkin pie. Never mind. So what I wanted to show you, first of all, this is again 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You know, our common stamping. We did use the black magenta ink, and I stamped all the little duckies, and then the chick for the inside. So this is the inside, and we're going to go ahead and adhere that now. This is 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And then I'll show you how I did the front. First of all, I did a real light stroke with the Daffodil Delight. And I just kind of went around it real softly, the little duck's head and body. I just liked how soft it looked. And I tried the So Saffron, but it didn't quite give me the brilliance and brightness that I wanted. So it's nothing difficult. I just did that, and I kind of went around a little bit harder where it's shaded. Okay. And then here's the pumpkin pie. And I did that a little bit harder here just because that's black and I wanted it to get through, but oh, look at here. I missed a foot. Okay. So the next thing I did is I took 2 half-inch pieces that are cut at 5.5, and I just did some adhesive on one side of them. And I laid it down and I kind of decided about how much did I want this to stick out over, and I just adhered it. So I did it again. I sure hope you can see me. And then I did it the same thing on this side, trying to keep it equal. Oop, and look at that, I moved it all over. Okay, and it's sticking out over here just that little bit. So we're just gonna get our snips and snip that off. Okay, and then this is going to be adhered to the front. But I'm going to do my Happy Easter stamp first. So here we go. Get that out. Get my Memento ink out. Okay, and try to get it up in the middle here. Okay. Clean that in a little bit. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm not going to do it on dimensionals. I see another spot over here we need to snip off. So now we're just going to adhere this to the lower center. And that's just so cute. I just love it. We're going to take a little bit of glue dot and put it right here. We're going to take the gingham thread or ribbon that I've already tied into it, and I'm going to put it right there, and you have a cute little Happy Easter. Unfortunately, this one is also retiring, and this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to give us the stamp sets that are retiring so that we can enjoy and keep going. So get this stuff out of the way, and then I'll bring in the next one. This is the Flowering Rain Boots with the frameless, and we're going to be using the grass, the flower tops, and the boots in this. So this is our card, and I forgot to get out the flowering embossing folder, and I just took some Highland Heather and I cut it in a 3/4 inch strip after I embossed it, and that's what we have for this. So this is 5.5 by 7.5, scored at 3 1/4, and I'll have the dimensions again on that in the below. So we're going to go ahead. I've already done some of this just to speed things up a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on our Highland Heather flower strip. Well, if I can hold on to my glue. Okay, and we're going to give us a little bit of a border on both sides. Take it straight down. And I always cut these on purpose just a tad long so that I can snip it off, and I know it's going to be straight, or it's going to be enough. So like maybe a 32nd of an inch is what I do. Just something to give me that little bit to snip off. Okay, so then this is what I did on the inside. I did the Highland Heather and then the white, and I just stamped the Rain or Shine, I'm here for you. And right now it's a good day to be making this card because it has been raining for 3 days, and today is thunderstorms. Monday night was supposed to be severe storms. Tuesday it rained part of the day, and today it's Wednesday and it's been thunderstorming like everything. Okay, so now this is the front. It's the very same size. So whenever you cut this, you just need 2 of each one of these that you'll have the dimensions for. And then I just took the Highland Heather and a blending brush, and I just kind of just soften that a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and soften it. I mean, soften it, adhere it. And I'm sorry, my head, I can't quite see around this camera. So I sure am hoping it's straight. Okay, this is what I did. I stamped the Boost in Daffodil Delight, the grass in Garden Green, I think it was. I think it was Old Olive. And then this is the Highland Heather. They cut them out individually, and then I stamped over where they connected so that they wouldn't, or put dimensionals on. And I put a bunch of dimensionals on because I wanted to make sure that every spot of this was really going to stand up. So, and there is no sponging to the boot and the flowers or anything else. It's just straight stamping and then using the dies and cutting it out. And I just thought it was so cute. And again, these are the dies, and I have seen this cut out and used in a card for that before too. But unfortunately, we are saying goodbye to this one as well. So if you want to get it, I would hurry up and get it while supplies are still lasting. And you can hopefully still order it because there will not be any reorders or anything else of it. Once it's gone, it's gone. So I would suggest you get it just as fast as you can. I thank you so much for watching me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. If you have anything you'd like to say to me, just leave them in the comments below. Again, I am Gail Davenport. I am an independent demonstrator, and you can go to my online store, which is gaildavenport.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. See you again. Bye-bye.